Hello, guys. It's Mrs.Z. This is Grade 5 Mission 1 Lesson 8 Exit Ticket. Round a quantity to the given place value. Draw number line to explain your thinking. Circle the rounded value on the number line. Okay, so this is a 13 holes and 989 thousandths to the nearest tenth. So when I write this number, I can write 13 holes and 989 thousandths. So we need a round. Round this symbol is to this, to the nearest tenth. So this is ones, tenths. These are tenths. So I already have 9 tenths here. So if I'm going to round this one here and I got new one, it's going to already become 14. It will be 4 holes here. Depend on how many hundreds I have here. So I'm looking how many hundreds. I have 8. But if I look 89, it's like 89 out of 100. So I really need only 5 hundreds to make a new tens. So that I have a more than 5. So if I think that I can also use all this to make a new tenth. So I'm going to use that to make a new tenth because I'm allowed. I have more than 500, so I can make it. When I create and use this, I'm going to lose this. I will use this to make a new tenth. But right now, you can see when I take this and make a new tenth, I will have 10 tenths. I cannot have 10 in one place value. When I have 10 tenths, I can use this and this to make a new 100. New, how many 100? I'm sorry, to new one more. So take hundreds to make a 10, and then 10 and these tens together will make 10 tenths, which will make new whole. So finally, I will have my rounding to 14 wholes, 0 tenths, 0 hundreds, 0 thousandths. So that's I can explain to you how that works if you already have 9 of something. Okay, so let's see how that looks like on a number line. This time I'm going to use a horizontal line. Sometimes I use vertical, sometimes horizontal. I'm going to try to do the best. Okay, so here is the beginning. So that is going to be my 13 holes and 900. Okay, 13 hole and 9 tenths. Okay, now I'm going to use this rest to try to make 10 equal parts. So let's see if I can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So here is 13, 13 holes and 9 tenths. If I add one more 10, guys, then I will have at the end 14. Let me see if I have enough space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the one more tenth would give me 14 holes. So this is, and then in the middle would be 13 and 95 hundredths, or 950,000. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here is midpoint in between, and here is the 13 and 950. When I figured it out, these three spots right there, then I can see, I can fill in between and find where location of my of this number. So if I look 13 and 900, so this would be 13 and 910, 13 and 920, 13 900. If I write it down, I could do that. Let's see, 13 910, then 13 920, 13 930, 13 940, 13 950, 13 960, 13 970, and here is a 13 and 980. Okay, this one is 13 990. So if I look, here is a 13,980, but I have 13 and 989. So in between this spot, this tent and this, you can also have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this number is about right here. 13 980 is my number that it's right here. 13 989. And that is on this spot right here. Okay, so now they want us to around to the nearest tent. Okay, so let me enlarge this. All right, so when they want us to round to the nearest tent, I can see I already have nine. I have 8. Look, this 8 I have, so I can really closely to come to the nearest tent, which is right here. That is 9. So when I have 990, when I'm right here, 990, so it's only one away from the 14. So when I add that, when I round one more, I move one more tent, and that becomes a whole, and I reach my 14. I hope that makes sense to you, but that's the only way I could explain to you how you can get from this point to the, and you also can see if you have not, if you have this number 13 and 989, this is really close to the next whole number. If you just look here, that this is 989 out of 1,000, that makes a new whole, so that you can pretend that is really new whole. So if you have 13 and you have 989 out of 1,000, you really can make a new whole, which will give you from 13 to 14 as a round. Okay, so that was number 1 that we had. Okay, so let's see if I'm going to do number 2. So now they says you have, okay, I'm gonna move the paper. All right. It's a 382 and 993 to the nearest hundreds. To the nearest hundreds. So let's see how we can do that. 3, 8, 2, and 993. The hundreds are that's digit 9, tens, hundreds, thousands. So we need to round to the nearest hundred, this one, but we need to look the thousands. So if we have only 3 out of, but we need at least 5,000, so we can't make the new. We cannot make a new 100, so we will lose this 3,000 and we will stay with 900. So that is, everything else will stay the same, 382, and it will be just 99 hundreds. I can add a 0 as well, because when number is too small, I'm like, I don't have that number. If it's bigger than the 5 and greater than 5, then I can pretend that I have another one of the bigger number. So that will move here, and then it will be totally different situation. So it's interesting. I don't have that, but it would if it's different situation, it will be rounding all to this number if here is 5 or more. Okay, but now that's okay. That would be the nearest 100. Okay, let me see if I can have, that is, I was just gonna show you what if is the difference in between on depend on the number that you're rounding. Well, if I have 382 and 995, and I also need to round to the nearest 10th. Look, now it will be changing. Here is the 5. So 5,000 can make me new of the hundreds. So I'm going to use this to make new thousands. But when I have 9 of the one value and I add one more, that makes 10. So again, I'm going to use this to make new of the tenths. Now, in the tenth position, you have 9. We have 9 and add one more. So that means I can, again, I made a 10. So I can take this and create a new 1. So finally, I could stop rounding, because here is only 2, not 9. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So that's what we're going to end up having. So it will be, and I use this and this and this. So I have no more these numbers. I made new whole by it. So the rounding to the nearest 10, it becomes 383 whole, and 0 tens, 0 hundreds, 0 thousands. You see how just one value can change the rounding, even though here we were rounding to the nearest 100 and here also to the nearest 100. It depended on the value of the thousands. Here, this was a less than 5, so it couldn't use to make new. You are allowed to make a new value only if you have 5 and more, if you have half and more. So 5 is a half of 10, so I was able to make new 100. And then together with 9, I made a new 10. And again, I made a new 1 whole, and that becomes rounding. This is additional to your exit ticket, but that was this was a problem B, and this was extra. All right, guys. Extra. Okay, it was Mrs. Z, and this was the one before that we did, and then the other one. All right, now see you next time. Bye bye. Okay, I'm going to stop there.